If you want to learn graphic designing skills in 2022 and make money from internet, then get ready. Today is our second class of graphic designing course, and in this class we will try to understand the basic concepts of graphic designing. Two main things are required to design anything, and that are elements of design and second is principles of design. For example, you have to prepare a food dish for which you need ingredients to prepare that dish as well as the principle or methods by which you will prepare that dish. Similarly, to make any design, we need materials and principles. For better understanding, consider these ingredients as elements and methods as principles. If we talk about elements of graphic designing, the total elements are 8: dot, line, shape, color, size, space, value, and texture. And in today's class, I will try to explain these elements to you. So watch this class till the end and also make the notes. Moreover, if we talk about the principles of graphic designing on the basis of which designs are made, the total principles are 8: balance, proximity, alignment, repetition, contrast, emphasis, movement, and pattern. Let's understand the elements first. Creating a beautiful design is about more than inspiration or a great idea. It's about understanding the fundamentals of the subject. For designing anything, you have to understand the fundamental, that why we need to design that logo, website, or anything else. If we talk about elements, elements are the building blocks of design. Elements are line, shape, dot, color, space, value, and texture. And in this class, I will try to explain some of these elements. So let's start. The first element of design is dot. Dot is the smallest element of graphic designing. As you know that starting point of every design is dot. If you want to write an essay, the first thing that you do is to put a dot. Similarly, new journey always begins with one step. So this dot is always the first element of designing, as beginning of every new journey is the first step and beginning of every essay is a dot. All the pictures which we can see is basically visible only due to the combination of these dots. As you can see in these pictures, you can see an image which consists of a circles. So these pictures are visible to us only because of small dots which are pixels. Moreover, if dots are arranged in a specific sequence, then it is called symmetrical composition, and if dots are randomly arranged, it is called asymmetrical composition. For example, if we cut this picture from the center, this picture is divided into two equal halves which are mirror images of each other. So we can say that in this picture, this flower is symmetrically arranged. In this flower, dots are symmetrical arranged. Moreover, all these pictures are symmetrical arranged, and while this picture is asymmetrical arranged. If we cut from its center position and from the horizontally center, both sides are not equal. This side is more having more dots as compared to this side. So we can say that these pictures are symmetrical. These pictures are made by symmetrical composition of dots, while this picture is made up of a asymmetrical composition of dots. So the next element of design is line. Line is a distance between 2 points, or line is made by the combination of dots. For example, we have multiple dots, and when we combine these dots, we obtain a line. For example, here one is dot and here is one dot. When we combine these dots, we can get a line. Moreover, line have always its own length and direction. A line may be straight, curved, dotted, irregular, and zigzag. As you can see here, this line is straight, while this one is curved, this one is irregular, and this one is this one is zigzag, and this one is irregular. So let's talk about what is the function of line in graphic designing. This is very important to understand. Lines are used in graphic designing for two main purposes. One is to represent direction, as you can see in the hospitals, where you can see the direction of X-ray department. Ultrasound is shown by a line and arrowhead. We can discuss this later, inshallah. Moreover, line is also used for the division purposes, as you can see in newspapers where information is divided by the lines, and these lines are invisible. For example, the main headline is written in more bold size, while the body text is written in a small size, small font size. And these newspapers or magazines are arranged in a sequence by the lines. You can clearly see a lines between them, equal spacing between them, and this is only due to the line, the element of line. Moreover, if we uh, discuss line in more detail, or function of line in graphic designing, so as you have know that lines may be vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. So here is the description why vertical lines are used and where we can use vertical lines. Vertical lines are used to show power, while horizontal lines are used to show comfort, and diagonal lines are used to show movement. So what information we get from this? From this we can get this information that if our client have a gym, or if we want to design a logo website related to fitness in which power is our main focus, then it is preferable to use vertical lines in that logo, or in that website, or in that poster, brochure, etc. Moreover, if we want to represent comfort in our logo, in our any design, then horizontal lines are preferred. Similarly, if you want to show movement, for example, if our client have a company related to transport, then it is preferred to use diagonal lines in its logo, or in its logo, or anything else, or any design that you are designing for that client. So this is all about the line in graphic designing. If we talk about the third element of design, the third element of design is shape, and it's the most important element of design. Shape is a very important visual element in graphic designing, as you know that. And how shapes are formed? Shapes are formed by combining lines. Lines are formed by combining dots, and shapes are formed by combining lines. Shapes may be two-dimensional or three-dimensional. Moreover, shapes are used in graphic designing for decoration, symbols, materials and content, texture and patterns. We can discuss it in detail so you can understand. First of all, we talk about the types of shapes. So we have three basic types of shapes: geometric shapes, organic shapes, and abstract shapes. If we talk about geometric shapes, so geometric shapes are those shapes which we can draw on 2D surface, two-dimensional surface. For example, here you can see circle, oval, triangle, square, trapezium, etc. These all are geometric shapes. These all are the shapes which we can draw on paper easily. So these shapes are geometric shapes. While if we talk about organic shapes, as the name suggests, organic means nature. So these are the shapes that occurs in nature. For example, you can see the petal of a flower, or irregular shapes you can see on the rocks. So these types of shapes are organic shapes. For example, leaves, flowers, ink splatters, these all are the organic shapes. And if we talk about a third type of shape, that is abstract shapes. Abstract shapes have a recognizable form but not real. This means that abstract shapes have a recognizable form. Whenever we see abstract shapes, we can easily recognize these shapes. For example, you can see a toilet signs, and this sign is basically an abstract shape. And moreover, abstract shapes are made by combining geometric and organic shapes together. For example, this is the abstract shape in which the head is geometric shapes while the lower sign represents the organic shape. So abstract shapes are obtained by combining geometric and organic shapes. Now talks about the types of shapes and their functions and where we use shapes in graphic design. Circular shapes are used to show movement or motion. For example, if you want to design a logo in which you want to show movement or motion, it is preferred to use circular shapes in that logo. Moreover, triangular shapes are used to show direction. Um, One main company for transportation, FedEx company have triangular shape in its logo, and I want that you should uh, search this logo. FedEx is the name of this company, and when you can see the logo of that company, you can clearly see that in that logo there is a triangular shape. And as transportation is related to direction and movement, so it represents triangular, so we can use triangular shape in that case. Moreover, if we want to show length in our designs, then rectangular shapes are used, and if we want to show weight or strength, then square shapes are used. This is all about the third element of design, which is shape. Let's talk about the next element of design, and that element of design is size. I hope that you are well aware of the size. Variation between two or more objects or shapes is called size. Here you can see that this circle is of small size and this circle is of a larger size. The size is basically a relationship of one item to another, and remember one thing: the larger an element, the more it will stand out visually. And what the size does in our designs, size produces attraction and organize the elements in design. Moreover, it justifies the function. So friends, this is about size, the fourth element of design. And in this class I have discussed with you four elements of design: dot, line, shape and size. And the next four elements of design we will discuss in the next class. So this is all about our today's second class of graphic design. Thank you so much for watching this video. Jazakallah.